The audience was the protagonist for another trio that followed Los Trios.
If no one owns up, this lady down the front's gonna get it. Come up here. Get your arm. Very sorry. Get down on your knees. Get down. Give me that gun. Come on, we're not like
Suddenly you just get this bang. You know, 50% would hate you and the other 50% would love you, and that was great.
Half the time, you wonder how they got away with molesting members of the audience.
Come on, you bitch.
Paul and I will now kill one audience member every single hour until my people own up. When the Doug Anthony All-Stars, we'll take a break.
We saw ourselves very much in a tradition of, one of our biggest influences was the Sex Pistols. We saw ourselves on this tradition of subculture. There used to be a word called subculture.
Comedy crew.
Comedy group. Yeah, comedy group. This was a way of coming at the larger culture, mainstream culture, and attacking it from the fringes and from the edges.
Well, I was talking to my drinking partner, Bruce Ruxton, yesterday, and he said there was no homosexuality in the trenches.
Nah, happened in the tents, didn't it?
I mean, it just pushed every possible boundary. And when you're an impressionable young teen, as I was, it was just exactly what I needed. And it was ours. It was Australian. And that meant more than anything.
Learned more from the show Legally Brown over the last 12 months about different nationalities than I have in my whole life of travelling around the world.
Can I ask why you might not be interested in this product?
I don't really know.
Is it that you agree with racism or that
No, I just don't think that dogs are racism.
If I had a dog that was genuinely racist and that would fix it, then yeah, I'd probably buy it, yeah.
He's the Muslim Norman Gunston, Nassim Hussain. I love what he does. And it hurts. It hurts a bit too. It hurts a bit. That's the best thing about it.
And it's great, inverting that whole sense of white comedy from the 70s or something and just twisting it back on itself. So they become the dominant players and poor old Whitey having to suffer. It's great.
Remember him going out as Uncle Sam in his whole gear with his beard and he's campaigning for Sharia law in Australia. and he's sitting down with this woman saying, this means no more alcohol, no more sex brothels. And this woman says, you're talking about Australian culture.
I will close down all pubs.
That's ridiculous.
There will be no more brothels.
But that's the thing, this is Australia. That's what we do over here. You can't do that.
I drink other things. Cordial. Do you like cordial?
No.
You don't like cordial?
I like beer.
Do you like fruit smoothie, the mango flavour fruit smoothie?
No, I don't.
What is your favourite fruit?
Banana.
Do you like banana? You will have banana smoothies unlimited on tap.
And it's got danger at the heart of it. It's got newness. It's got people whose parents just arrived 20 years ago. You have comedians who are actually trying to create a cultural stake. There is a lot that they're risking, a lot the audience is having to hear that they're not used to hearing. It's great. It's good, dangerous stuff.
At the same time as Wendy was sorting the Poms and Oznos was in Edinburgh, another Aussie act was making its mark overseas
Hi, Mum, I'm home!
by taking the piss out of the press.
Which one of you is Doug Anthony?
He was our basketball coach.
Paul is actually Doug Anthony's son.
She was also a Baptist minister who ran for the United States presidency.
And so we told monstrous lies to them all the time. We said we grew up in the outback and in the middle of the desert somewhere. Dingoes were our pets. We could kill snakes with our bare hands. And, you know, we thought everyone was soft. You know, they're so far from the truth. We're, you know, middle-class suburban kids from Canberra.
But they printed everything.
They printed it all.
So the next thing you know, people are reading these amazing things about these snake-strangling dingo boys.
And once a guy from City Limits said to us, really nice guy, said, so where do you get the name from? We said, you don't know who Doug Anthony is?
The Times, that was the guy, that was the one.
And I said, you don't know who he is? And he said, no. And I said, he was the Labor Prime Minister of Australia who was assassinated on the 11th of November 1975 in a plot where the CIA was heavily implicated. You ought to know about that. You don't live in a little island, man. You live in the world. You ought to get out and learn a bit about the world. And he went, I'm so terribly sorry. Printed the next day. Wonderful. We're so happy to read that.
London Times. Thank you.
They were nihilistic, yeah. They were just kicking at everything, which is the classic Australian comedy tradition. Just, there's something, just kick the shit out of it.